All right.
Okay. Okay. This I researched the articles from research. So the title is the factor affecting change order in public construction projects. So my title is variations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
based on the total requirement for the what the inquiry questions.
Hmm.
Can I ask like wait I I haven't read finished yet.
What is your inquiry question
Uh, inquiry questions like maybe
for this individual? For
basically is like how the owner instruct modification to design can bring issues to variations orders. Is it something like this?
Joel, scroll up and buka abstract.
Oh, abstract. Okay.
I think by now all of you need to look for
This one.
technique to review a article paper. Lagi atas sikit Joel. Okay, bawah sikit.
Oh, bawah sikit. Okay.
Alamak, saya nak nampak that title and also that abstract juga.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem. So,
Okay, so the topic here is tak nampak Joel.
this one.
Okay, factors affecting change order in public construction project. This paper discusses change order in public construction project, and then
Yes.
some of the factors are owners instruct modification, owner instruct additional work, and then exogenous factors such as safety rules and regulations, and then are not followed within the contractor organisation, severe weather condition. So you punya inquiry question apa dia?
Like just now, from the discussion, I focus on the discussion. They mostly focus on the owner instructs, design and the additional works. So I can ask like, how to say, what type of variation or maybe what owner can give if effect to the variations? Is it something like this? The questions.
Okay, so this is one of your 5 papers. I assume you have 5 papers. What about the others?
Oh, the others
What?
I haven't read yet, but I already download here or here.
Okay, can you open one
Okay,
just to give you a comparison of how you can, synthesize
oh,
the content of this paper and formulate your own novel question.
okay.
Causes of change in construction project. So change order. So why not just go straight to what are the causes for variation order in construction project?
Doctor means
You don't really have to make it, very. You don't really have to make it.
just simple
Uh,
questions lah.
yes, just a
Ah,
simple
okay,
question.
okay, okay. Understand,
Okay,
understand.
because you don't. I mean, it's one way lah of seeing this. I'm not telling you to cheat or telling you to cut corners. But if you can establish the question clearly and you can discuss the question clearly and you can establish the findings, you can segregate the findings clearly,
If
it is mission accomplished, I think.
if
But if you want to narrow down the focus of to the type of instruction or modification or change orders made by the employer, then of course boleh juga. So bila you baca paper, you try to baca that paper very briefly sahaja, one paper. Try to read all 5 paper very briefly first. Then you formulate your question, your initial questions. Then as you baca lagi that paper in depth, then you can adjust your question. I mean, I'm not to say that your question need to be simple ataupun straightforward. But if you can, this is for you to obtain the best mark lah. Tapi kalau you dapat formulate that question very interestingly, you tengok in one aspect macam you cakap tadi, you nak tengok daripada aspek employer punya
More specific.
instruction. Which one?
More specific like just now the example, the owner example.
Yeah. Yes. Sebab change order pun can also happen when there is a change of statutory or change of regulations that is like beyond the instruction from employer. Tapi kalau you want to scope your initial questions in the context of employers punya change order, also can. Okay. It's just because I see this paper briefly, causes of change order in construction project lah, causes of change in public project lah, probably they discuss few other causes that is not relatable to the employer. So then you need to filter
Baca
out.
banyak articles lah.
You get the correct article, then it will be okay for you.
So the inquiry question only one or can be few?
In my assignment can be one, but if you want to do a few and at the end of the assignment you can answer a very few question, then why not do that? Macam ada juga student yang tanya saya, Doctor, must get 5 papers, can I do more? Do that. Okay. It's just a minimum requirement for that assignment. But if you can do better and you feel like macam saya cakap, kalau you nak buat banyak soalan, make sure at the end of the day you can answer all the question that you possess in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay? Jangan you give forward 3 question and at the end of the day you only manage to answer 1. Answer all 3 question.
Okay.
All right.
So in the body part, we just explain like just like abstract for the articles, what the articles talk about, the body part, because
The body part. Can you open the question? Okay, ni pun satu area yang this is the area that you need to be careful of, the way of how you present. You tak download lagi soalan saya.
ada saya print sudah.
Okay, so the way of how you present your report is going to be the turning point for your report. Okay, I don't want to know what the paper says. I want to know what you understand about the paper says and what you can get from your understanding of that paper. Okay, scroll bawah. Alright, body. Organization of a small scale literature, common themes based on finding, and then description and discussion of the theme identified by comparing, contrasting, and also connecting the findings. So the way that I expect to see your report is, I'm not looking for what you understand on that one paper. It's actually like an essay writing, what is it you understand on this topic, and you are citing the knowledge ataupun you are citing the information based on different papers. So the different papers is the paper that I ask you to look for lah. So kalau you ada 10 paper, then you can cite all the 10 papers in your body. But the way of you do that is, jangan buat this paper cakap apa, this paper cakap apa. No, it's a it's a report writing. It's a synthesization of many information into one essay. So cuba you buka you punya article. Yep. Scroll bawah sikit. Okay, stop.
Okay.
Atas sikit.
Atas sikit.
Yang nampak ada topik. Okay, macam ni, literature review. So this is the essay lah, kita cakap. This is the part that you write on your own, Change order have long been an inherent part of the construction industry. This comes originally from the writer. So this is what I expect to see in you. Okay, not just you are copying or pasting the information based on the paper, but what you understand and how you can blend that understanding into a one coherent essay. So this is the small scale literature review lah that I'm looking for. Ni bawah sikit. Alright, stop.
Okay.
And then you see lots of numbers kan.
Yeah.
Authors in 12. Okay kan. Authors in 12 lah. So this is what I expect to see in your writing. Okay, you are citing that paper, that finding of that paper. Okay.
Mm.
And then you buka balik soalan,
Because it's okay.
and then the common themes based on the findings. So now you can begin to address your question. Contohnya soalan you apa tadi?
The cost of delay, the cost of variation.
The cost of variation contohnya due to employer
Uh,
instruction. So now
okay.
you have the themes based on the findings. So based on your findings from that different paper, how many
Teams.
teams ataupun how many causes, how many factors. Teams tu banyak tau. Boleh jadi causes,
Mm.
boleh jadi factors, boleh jadi effect, boleh jadi grounds, macam-macam. So itu I namakan dia for this purpose of this assignment as themes. So the themes for your answer is the causes lah for that
Mm.
change order. Okay, so bila dikata kat sini kan common themes based on the findings. So what you can establish from reading the different papers, you will realize that all papers are talking about the same thing. Contoh
Okay.
instruction to accelerate the work. Mesti punya 2-3 paper akan cakap pasal benda yang sama. So you need to blend that information into your own essay for this body. Okay, so apa yang I nak tengok dekat sini of how you handle, how you manipulate that information into an essay writing. Okay, itu the one of the assessment lah yang I akan tengok. Okay, doesn't necessarily you baca banyak, you dapat tahu banyak, tapi bila you tulis, you flop. You tak dapat nak blend, you tak dapat nak compare, you tak dapat nak contrast, you tak dapat nak connect the finding. Itu pun tak elok juga. So you must
Mm.
try for the balance of the findings for this body. And then what else?
Okay. So basically, what I understand is like the firstly we do some literature review and we write in our own words the first 10 the first 5 articles. Then from the first 5 articles we find what is the common theme. Is like uh sorry, doctor.
Yeah, what can I see is that this body, number 3, can become the whole body of your report. But if you can further break it down into more sub-chapter or subtitle, it will be better lah. But following ataupun um, you have answered lah these 3, apa benda lah ni? Tiga biji ni. Okay, I'm not really fussy on how you want to susun ke, on how you want to
Uh,
present ke, but as long as you show it in a structural way and you answer these 3 bullet point, then it will be good enough. Tak payah restrict sangat lah. I tak nak you sakit-sakit kepala restrict kan. Siapa yang tanya, Dr. Hamiza ada restrict pages ke onto the group
no,
group assignment?
no.
Tak ada. Okay, tapi janganlah buat sampai 100. Janganlah kau
Uh,
buat sampai buku dalam tu. You need to be balanced lah. We don't want to restrict your writing. Tapi for this individual assignment, this assessment is set by me. So that's
mm,
why I restrict to 10 pages. But for Dr. Hamiza, there is no restriction, but
yeah.
you need to be balanced lah in producing your report.
Mm, okay. So if I do this way, the big title is cost of change order. Then I follow like just now doctor say subtitle which is maybe under employee, under contractor, something like that can write. Then follow by this.
Okay, then that is also the area that you need to understand. If your inquiry question is focusing on to
Oh, okay,
the
okay, okay. Understand, understand.
basic, then why you want to waste the very limited pages discussing about non-related issues like
Okay.
changes due to contractor or statutory legislation. So itu you kena faham lah kat situ
Mm,
macam mana you nak susun, macam mana you nak, because under that topic of causes of change order by employer, banyak lagi sebenarnya isu-isu dalam tu. So you
mm,
want to use that issue for the very limited pages that I have given you here. Okay, so jangan discuss benda yang tak ada kena-mengena with your inquiry question. So that is why your inquiry question must be well thought of. Okay, macam mana saya cakap dekat dalam saya punya rubrik tu? Scroll sikit,
Oh, okay.
Joel. Whoop, whoop. The inquiry question well established in the broader context of an academic topic. It's a well established. Okay.
Understand.
Right. Any more question by anyone?
Okay.
I can stay for 10 to 15 more minutes dulu, then you can save a lot of time looking for papers. Okay. So I hope by now you dah ada your inquiry question. Tak kisahlah question tu nak jadi complicated ke, nak jadi simple ke, ikut nanti, ikut mood saya nak baca. Kalau saya rasa, menarik apa, mungkin boleh dapat markah. Kalau saya rasa question ni macam plain, macam biasa je. Pun tengok juga, kalau you punya writing mantap, bagus, even you punya question tu plain, tapi you punya writing, you punya format semua bagus, you can score the mark. Okay, so try to be the best in everything. Okay. Okay, anyone else ada lagi soalan lain nak tanya?
Sorry to interrupt, Doctor. Doctor, do we have replacement class for last week?
Um,
Yeah, I wanted to discuss on that.
According to my calendar, we are on track. Based on
Okay.
the topic that is outlined in the course information, kita ada 3 topik lagi. Sekejap saya tengok kalender saya. Kita ada 3 topik lagi, iaitu minggu depan kita akan tengok determination of contract. I will be in charge. Oh, alah, kita ada, tak sempat lagi. Alright, sempat lagi. Kita ada, can I know you punya study week berapa hari bulan?
Study week.
Not sure because our first paper is on 4th kan, Joel? First
27
paper.
ataupun 26 June ataupun
I
4th
think
July.
I think it's somewhere 22 June.
22?
Somewhere there. Because I have my Japanese final exam 22 June, so I think somewhere start final exam, final week, sorry.
If you say that 22, we should have another class during that week. Okay, but
22 June, Joel.
We have our first test
27,
is for
around 27.
Ah.
Yeah, our first test is 4th of July.
Okay, so 27 lah kan is the is
yeah, 1 week, Joel, 1 week.
okay, then we are
okay.
on track. Okay, then we are on track sebab minggu ni saya dah cover, oh shit, minggu ni saya dah cover, oh man, delay, and then minggu depan saya akan cover termination. Minggu satu lagi saya akan cover dispute resolution. Saya cakap awal-awal dispute resolution saya ada pre-recorded lesson. So I will not see you on that topic dispute resolution. Saya akan bagi recording saja dengan lecture. And for the final topic payment, ini akan di-cover oleh I'm not sure between Dr. Hamiza ataupun Dr. Azam.
Okay.
Okay, alright. I think that's all. How are you coping with this course so far? Susah ke? Senang ke? Sebenarnya kita orang macam saya dan Dr. Hamiza, kalau boleh nak dedicate satu session for, I'm not sure lah whether dia nak pakai ke tak your last lesson ataupun dia nak ada additional time untuk discuss pasal you punya examination. Kita akan buat revision lah sebab nak jawab paper contract ni ada teknik kalau tak kena dengan teknik dia nanti susah nak dapat markah. So kalau boleh kita nak ada satu time lah untuk buat macam tu. Kalau tak ada nanti tanya tau Dr. Hamiza.
Nak.
Okay, nanti maybe boleh tanya elok-elok tau. Lepas tu jangan pressure dia. Dia selalu cakap kat saya, kenapa budak-budak ni tanya-tanya ni, sebab saya yang suruh you all tanya. Yeah, we are hoping to do that. Hopefully we can do that. We want to do one revision. Kadang-kadang Dr. Hamiza lupa tapi kena tanya dia untuk buat revision pasal contract. tu sebab I want to know how are you coping so far with this course. Susah ke, senang ke, banyak sangat benda nak hadam ke?
Banyak sangat benda nak ada.
Okay, alright,
Susah
alright.
sikit lah.
Okay, alright. Sekejap. Yeah, hopefully masa exam nanti kita boleh tengok lah contoh examination ke. I think lah at my end, what can I advise for you untuk prepare yourself for examination is first you have to understand procedure. Saya sangat suka tanya soalan procedure dan saya sangat juga suka tanya soalan entitlement, iaitu ada scenario and siapa yang entitled to apa. So dalam satu senario tu apa kontraktor boleh dapat, apa kontraktor kena buat, ataupun apa employer boleh dapat ataupun apa employer kena buat. Okay, sebenarnya macam itulah the whole story of our class today, iaitu entitlement and also procedure.
Oh,
Tapi if you can, because during your examination, you boleh buka kontrak, tapi you takkan ada masa untuk baca kontrak tu. Okay, dah lalang you dekat rumah ni, biasakan dengan tajuk-tajuk of that contract. Contohnya kalau kita nak cakap pasal entitlement for certificate of extension of time, kita tak tahu semua pun, tapi kita tahu subclause 23.4 dia akan cakap pasal extension of time. Kalau you dapat point out that the correct subclause in your answer sheet, you will get mark. Okay, so biasakan go through that content untuk tahu kat mana sebenarnya the provision when it comes to the question of that topic. Okay, and satu lagi selalunya the exam question will be a blend of more than one topic under one scenario. Okay, macam bila you buat your group punya assignment pun you macam cakap kan, doktor ni ada payment lah, ni ada delay lah, mana satu saya nak buat ni kan. Itulah the real scenario of construction dispute out there. Okay.
okay.
Alright. 5 minit lagi. Anyone have any other question? English tu penting tau. Saya tak berapa nasihat lah untuk you know, satu-satu try to buat translation, because your translation can be wrong ataupun your translation can be tak tepat. So what you can do is try to deal that term dalam English. Ni kalau you mampu lah, try to brush up your English punya knowledge, try to have your dictionary in your hand and try to make sense of the provision in English. Tapi kalau tak mampu, then buatlah translate tu, tapi translate tu jenuh nak buat satu-satu kan. Okay, so cubalah buat dalam English. Okay, alright.
Doctor, one last question.
Who's there? Siapa tu? Joel. Okay.
So just now Doctor mentioned about the procedure in final exam. So is it like a summation of notice and particulars, intention to tender, notification, submit, substantiation? Is it something like this, the procedure?
Ya.
Oh, okay. Understand. Thank you, Doctor.
Kalau dalam soalan tu cakap that contractor, contohlah kan dalam relevant event tu, daripada event A sampai Y yang sepanjang alam tu, contohlah saya baling dadu hari tu, saya rasa saya nak pilih force majeure lah, then I pick force majeure to be the scenario for that question. Okay, then I will ask you to advise the party on the process to apply for
EOT.
the EOT, and then on top of that, the process will not be not how to say, because di dalam my explanation during the class is very detailed kan. Maknanya you kena ada sufficient information lah, you kena ada balance of probability lah, apa benda. Tapi if you can grab the concept and you can write down that process, that procedure completely, it's already good enough. I don't really expect you to, get the sufficient information. The contractor have to prove the balance of probability. No, no, no. Okay, itu semua macam dah beyond the course outcome. Kalau you dapat understand the whole concept of the process and especially the timeline, berapa hari, 28 hari semua, that if you can mention that in your answer sheet, then it will be good enough. Okay, the issue bila ada macam that additional issues macam insufficient document lah, the contractor need to prove this, need to prove that lah, itu terjadi apabila that question specifically mention about that. That question is very special, mentioning that the contractor tak hantar dokumen yang lengkap. Then itu baru you employ ataupun write down the area of macam tadi lah, the balance of probability, the contractor have to prove this, prove that, apa benda semua. Tapi kalau dia minta procedure, just write down the procedure, that's all. Okay, all right. I think that's all for today. So I see you all next week with another topic.